Hey everybody, Malwave here, and I'm here with another Transformers video review. Now before I begin, I just want to basically say I'm kind of recovering from and or losing against a against a cold. Basically, if you hear me kind of talking a little off, or I don't exactly sound completely the same as I usually would do, that's the reason. But anyways, despite my cold, I decided to go into Walmart last night. Actually, last early morning, I guess. And I walked up expecting to find a Pterodive. Instead, I found this guy. So I figured, what better way to introduce him to my collection than do a video review of him. Anyways, it's the time for the video review of Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Soundwave, or Cybertronian Soundwave. Now, obviously, we all know how much I love Soundwave. And when I heard there was a War for Cybertron toy of him coming out, I knew I had to get him. Some of the pictures, didn't exactly, flatter him. It made him look a little scrawny. It made him look a little not completely articulate. Made him not look as appealing. But I let it sit, and this was the product. Now, most people, when they first see this toy, will complain, "Oh, it's Soundwave, it's not a tape deck, it's not G1, truck not monkey." Well, okay, I'm sure they probably didn't say truck not monkey, but I think they said tape deck, not truck. In any case, Soundwave on Cybertron transforms into what I refer to as the most badass tape deck on wheels you've ever seen. It's a very tough all-terrain vehicle. You've got his, he's able to survive a fall. Awesome. That unintentionally proved how strong it was. Anyways, you've got his cannon, his standard hand cannon, and you've got his nice, it actually started to focus this time. You've got his nice shoulder cannon. He's got some nice spikes on the front, just in case he wants to ram into Autobots. Some very nice detailing on the side. He rolls quite good in vehicle mode. The only thing I can really knock against this toy is, since these two back panels form his legs, you have a nice, huge gap there. I don't know, if they had found a way of like maybe having a panel on the back that splits, kind of fold over and down over that, that'd be fine. Otherwise, it's a nice vehicle mode. It does what it needs to, again. So I'm going to give the vehicle mode of Soundwave a 22. My reason being that while it does look good, it doesn't look completely good in my opinion. Call me crazy, but I prefer the vehicle mode of figures like Optimus Prime and Megatron from this small sub-series, as they look a little better. Don't get me wrong though, this is still a nice vehicle mode. And now, it's time to get on to the robot mode. Here we have War for Cybertron Soundwave in robot mode. This is precisely why I wanted to buy this toy. And when you compare him to figures of his older generation, FYI, you've got what I refer to as probably the best classic Soundwave in Music Label. You know, Soundwave does hold up. It looks like he does kind of look like what he would. Of course, we're not looking for the music label as the comparative. If we really want to compare the original, we really want to compare the pre-Earth Cybertron thing, War for Cybertron Soundwave, there's only one you can compare it to. The incredibly fucking tall G1 Soundwave. Now again, comparing him, Soundwave already has a flatter chest. I think this is probably Sound Blaster's descendant. But for articulation though, unfortunately there are a few little points that kind of die out. Now, I scored it at about a 23. The articulation for Derp, for War for Cybertron Soundwave. His head can do a 360-degree rotation. However, it's on a straight pin, so he's always stuck in the permanent I'm going to look at your crotch mode. His shoulders are on a ball joint, and they're just on a ball joint. His elbows have a 360-degree rotation, just above the pivot, and about, I would say, actually 180 degrees. I wrote down 90, but I forgot about transformation. And surprisingly, this one I never knew. His wrists, albeit a very tight pin, can rotate 360 degrees. So you can literally, you get fist articulation in this toy. Waist articulation wise, he doesn't have any. I had originally thought it, but I guess it was just the toy playing with me. Or maybe I was on drugs, I don't know which one. But yeah, no articulation there. His thighs are on a ball joint and actually spin 360 degrees. That's not the knee, that's the thigh. The knee bends 90 degrees, and the feet, oh glory, they're on ball joints. So now Soundwave can get into a lot of good positions, especially when his arm is tilted all the way back. Gimmick also scores 23. And that's simply because Soundwave does provide a few gimmicks for the actual toy. The first thing would be his shoulder cannon and his handgun becoming actual weapons both in vehicle mode and in robot mode. There's one thing, though, on Soundwave that I'm glad they did, but I wish they could have done to a better potential, and that's his tape deck door. Now, in this car mode, the tape deck actually opens. Now, I bet you're wondering what these two little ridges are for. This always happens. Yeah. That's what the tape deck's for. It's not for tapes. No. It's for where Soundwave stores his weapons at his chest. I was gonna go for a put it on my chest Sam joke, but it didn't make sense. However, there's one mode that I think that I will take into account on this, and that is simply this. A tape deck mode. Yeah, that's right. It looks like it is a fan mode, but the fact that you can actually simulate a tape deck in this mode is pretty cool. I also kind of like the idea that you get a Ravage for each of these guys as well. Now, when you think about it, this is a little side tangent because I'm a Ravage fanboy. Basically, you know, you got your G1, you got Universe for the classics, and for War for Cybertron. Technically, I could consider that. But anyways, you know, the tape deck mode, it's pretty much, as you can tell, it's pretty much just Soundwave's legs wrapped around the body. You know, these things filling this out, and these little pieces here are the things that kind of hold him standing up. It's a nice mode, and I kind of do. I personally, I'm not count. I don't count this as an actual gimmick. Like they. I'm not saying like, oh, Hasbro planned this all along. No, no, no. I'm just meaning the reason I'm counting this as part of gimmicks is the fact that you can actually do it. You may not do it the way I do it, but you still can. There is still potential. I just need another whip pan in order to bring me back to robot mode. In terms of fun factor, Soundwave scores a 23. Seems to be the going number. Soundwave has a great transformation. It's very simple, but as most simple ones that I've reviewed so far, it accomplishes quite a lot. He looks great. You know, he definitely, he fits in with your Soundwave collection. All 3 figures of it that I have. He's got mostly ball joints. Now, granted, you may need to tighten up the ball joints if yours are a little floppy, but if the feet pop off, you can just go click, back on, arm, click, click. He's got some moderately good posability. I don't like the idea of Soundwave, of War for Cybertron Soundwave staring at people's crotches the whole time. Now the guns, well, the guns might be a little small, but they can still be taken care of easily if you really don't want to keep them hanging. If you don't want to keep them out, or you don't want to lose them, you can store them. So all in all, I give Generations War for Cybertron Soundwave a 91 out of 100. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is our first over 9,000, our first over 90 points Transformer. Now, granted, I'm sure most of you are going to say, oh, Mal, it's because it's Soundwave. You're a biased son of a bitch. Well, I have something to respond to that. So what now? I did this because I gave it this score because of the toy. The toy has proven itself. It has proven that it has been worth the wait. It is incredibly easy to get your hands on. You just need to wait for Wave 3 to get to your Walmarts or Toys R Us's. And otherwise, he's a great toy overall. So until next time, this is Malwave with War for Cybertron Soundwave, and I suppose music label and G1 out of by association. Signing off until next time. See ya, guys. Well, they may be. Whoa! That is a safety concern, ladies and gentlemen. That'll be an outtake at the very end. Yeah, stinger for the very end.